Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. Taken in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown.
For the extra point.
So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now left side on the swing pass. And able to get this one across the 45. Before he's brought down.
Bears. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 42.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 23. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves, and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
At the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
Is the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Darnold from the red zone now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
37-yard line.
Now a give right side. Parrish. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
But
not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he loses the football a second time. And the Packers pick it up. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers.
to number 81.
A big play there. 49 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Here comes the Bears. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. Touchdown, Packers!
Complete to number 8.
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Darnold now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He was brought down by Carl.
And if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He was brought down at the 28.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Darnold completes it, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
24-yard gain.
That one goes for 24 yards.
First down.
Darnold on first down. The quick slant caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
A 22-yard touchdown grab, and the Packers add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 35, Bears 14.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any off.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears cut into that lead. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Packers 35, Bears 21.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff looking right, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Carlton Davis picks it, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brought down at the 48.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun. Flushed out right. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Now Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They got to get to the 23 here on third. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. And get him to the ground at the 26. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Packers!
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
21.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 34. That one good for 37 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At their own.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
He was brought
Give
down.
him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Parrish. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Packers 52. Bears.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light thing. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Number 21.
The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Just
not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Brings up 2nd.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
Third and 2, Darnold. Flush to his right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2nd and 1.
Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Parrish. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
10-yard line.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 10 yards out, and the Bears get a bit closer. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
52.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown.
A big play there. 59 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
At the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Running back.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
10-10. At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try to fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because
and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears cut into that lead.
Is good.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. At their own 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got room. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bears get a bit closer. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game. No one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A loss of 2.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
To number 24.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A gain of a yard.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. They'll try the left side. Parrish. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 2nd down, Parrish. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, Parrish. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They'll run on first down. Parrish. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do,